Thank you. You know what? He mentioned IBM, and I'm going to go with you first on that.
He did. A staggering statistic, that 80% of all disabilities are actually invisible. And that's something that's a statistic. I'm having problems with that word today. That's quite staggering. And the other one that I heard was that 60% of us are actually know somebody or are related to somebody with a disability. That's a community and a group that we have that are certainly very much prominent on our radar. What I would always, when working with Lime Connect is a not-for-profit organization that has recently been established in Canada, and I'm very proud and pleased to be sitting next to Natalie, who is also one of the founding partners. We spoke with Richard Donovan, who is the founder of Lime, and he talks to students off campus and tells them that disclosing your disability is really the first step in establishing that trust with that employer. And if you choose to share your disability, whether it's a hidden disability or a visible disability, it's almost like a litmus test as to what your future relationship with that employer would be. In the IBM Corporation, our recruitment team are trained to understand the nuances of interviewing people with disabilities, both visible and, if disclosed, hidden disabilities. The reality is that organizations are accommodating. We hear of depression, for example, depression in the workplace, and we promote open lines of communication and that trust between the employee and the manager, so that on that morning when the employee just cannot come into work, it's a phone call to the manager, and that the manager understands and accepts and acknowledges and makes accommodations, and we move forward. But it's the fact that the employee didn't have to come into the workplace and jeopardize themselves and worsen their condition. It's about trust. And I think as the climate and as we advance as socially and our corporate social responsibility continues to evolve, I think that environment in disclosing and sharing in confidence with your management and sometimes with your peers, I see that increasing. It's certainly within the organization, and I don't know if Natalie can say the same for BMO.
Well, we're very fortunate at BMO because we have a role of an individual who's an accommodations advisor. So you actually don't have to disclose to your manager. But however, if you require accommodation in the office or at work, you reach out to our accommodations advisor and you share with him, and it's completely confidential conversation to let him know what your requirement is, and he works then with your manager without disclosing, but to let your manager know that you might need what support you need. Either you're going to be needing flexible hours, or you might need to work from home a few days a week. But I have found that having a liaison like that has been helpful for us, because I don't know that everyone is ready yet. I don't know that in all organizations the level of trust is there for me to be completely transparent about my disability. And so having a role like that is helpful for you to still be able to be successful, because at the end of the day, to the minister's point, it's about you being able to contribute fully in your role.
Are we fully, oh sorry, no?
No, I was just going to underscore what Tash said in terms of the need to build a level of trust. And our survey results tell us that there is still obviously a stigma attached to having a disability, in particular an invisible disability. And I think that's a segment of our population that is perhaps relatively isolated, and as a result has to have a huge impact on their levels of engagement within the organization. And I think over time, as we all age and we develop more and more, we join that particular demographic, perhaps we will see more people willing to self-disclose. But I think we have some work to do as it relates to people who have invisible disabilities. And I think the onus is on the organization really to set the tone and do as much as it can to help to build the type of trust that Taj said we need.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to